In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on March 4th, 2026, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Portland Trailblazers versus Memphis Grizzlies. The Portland Trailblazers head to FedEx Forum on Wednesday night to see the Memphis Grizzlies, and the whole thing feels like one of those who has enough bodies left matchups. Portland is coming off losses to the Hornets and Hawks, and they get the Rockets next. Portland has still won 6 of the last 11, so it is not a total free fall, but it is also not exactly smooth sailing. Memphis beat the Pacers, then lost to the Timberwolves, and they have the Clippers coming up. Memphis has dropped 8 of the last 11, which is what happens when the injury report starts looking like a grocery receipt. Portland is still without Shaedon Sharpe, and Denny Avdija plus Chris Murray are both sitting in the questionable bucket. Memphis has already ruled out Brandon Clark, Jay Morant, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Zach Edey again, so their margin for error is basically a tightrope. These teams have already seen each other 3 times this season, and Portland leads the series 2-1. That familiarity matters because it cuts down on surprise, and it turns the game into more of a grind, more scouting report, fewer wait, he does that, moments. It makes sense that Portland is favored because on paper they should be the more stable group, even on the road. It also makes sense to hesitate because Portland has been inconsistent, and their own injury questions can turn a clean matchup into a coin flip real fast. Memphis being depleted does not mean Memphis is dead. Memphis can still throw together a strong stretch, especially at home, because effort travels. But energy at FedEx Forum tends to travel a little farther. This feels like one of those spots where the underdog does not need to be better, it just needs to be stubborn. Memphis being stubborn is a reasonable expectation, and Portland has not exactly been an elite step-on-the-neck team lately. So even if Portland finds a way to win, Memphis keeping it tight is the angle that fits the game script. As our first pick for this matchup, the Memphis Grizzlies to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Portland is scoring 115.2 per game on 45% shooting and allowing 118.3 on 47.6% shooting. Portland is hitting 33.7% from 3 and 76.7% at the line. Portland is giving up 36.3% from deep, and they are grabbing 45.6 rebounds per game. Memphis is scoring 115.6 per game on 46.1% shooting and allowing 117.6 on 47.1% shooting. Memphis is hitting 35.4% from 3 and 79.4% at the line. Memphis is giving up 36% from deep, and they are grabbing 44.2 rebounds per game. Neither defense is scaring anyone, and both teams are living in that we can score, we can also concede a ton neighborhood. When you are allowing opponents to shoot in the high 47s, possessions do not need to be perfect to end in points. Memphis being shorthanded can actually help an overcase sometimes because it can mean sloppier rotations, more fouls, and more transition chances off mistakes. Portland's defense has been loose enough that even a thinned-out Memphis lineup can still find scoring pockets, especially from 3. Portland's own offense is not a flamethrower from deep, but volume plus free throws can do the job when the other side is giving up clean looks and late closeouts. Both teams sit around that mid-100 scoring range on the season, and both sit north of 117 allowed, which is the kind of math that keeps totals lively. If this game turns choppy, the free throw line can still carry the scoring. If it turns fast, the defensive numbers suggest it will not take much to push the pace into a higher scoring outcome. The overall profiles point toward enough leaks on both sides to get the scoreboard moving. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Hawks versus Milwaukee Bucks. Recent form and schedule context frame how the underdog can hang around. Milwaukee's slide and Atlanta's uptick set the tone for the side angle. Season series context matters, but the current version of each team matters more. Scoring and defensive profiles shape how the points can stack up. The Atlanta Hawks and Milwaukee Bucks meet Wednesday night at Fiserv Forum, and the timing feels important here. Atlanta just beat the Trailblazers and Wizards, and they see the 76ers next. Atlanta has won 4 straight, and you can feel the confidence starting to stick. Milwaukee just lost to the Celtics and Bulls, and they get the Jazz next. Milwaukee has won 8 of the last 13, but the direction lately is not exactly calming. These teams have already played once, with Milwaukee taking it 112-110 on January 19th, but the temperature has changed since then. Atlanta has been warming up, and Milwaukee has been cooling off, even with Giannis Antetokounmpo back. Giannis returning did not stop Milwaukee from getting run over by the Celtics. Milwaukee lost to the Bulls before that, and the overall feel is closer to average than dangerous. Milwaukee looks like a middle-of-the-pack East team either way, and that is the issue. Atlanta has quietly put together 4 straight wins, and the group has a little bounce right now. CJ McCollum and Jonathan Kuminga have been playing at a high level, and that kind of production changes how you view this matchup. Atlanta also has a real carrot in front of it, because a quick climb could mean a home play-in game, or even a crack at the top 6. The line is handing a point to the team playing better basketball right now, and that is hard to ignore. Milwaukee at home is still Milwaukee at home, but the current form suggests Atlanta can keep pace and stay inside the number. As our first pick for this matchup, the Atlanta Hawks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Atlanta Hawks are scoring 117.4 per game on 46.9% shooting and allowing 117.3 on 47.1% shooting. The Atlanta Hawks are shooting 36.8% from 3 and 77.6% from the line. The Atlanta Hawks are allowing 35.6% from deep and grabbing 43.3 rebounds per game. The Milwaukee Bucks are scoring 111.3 per game on 47.8% shooting and allowing 115.5 on 46.5% shooting. The Milwaukee Bucks are shooting 38.8% from 3 and 74% from the line. The Milwaukee Bucks are allowing 36.6% from deep and grabbing 41.5 rebounds per game. Atlanta games tend to live in a high-event zone because the offense shows up and the defense also leaves the door open. Milwaukee has the stronger three-point rate, but the defensive numbers still suggest plenty of clean looks can appear on both sides. Milwaukee's scoring average sits lower than Atlanta's, yet the Bucks can still add points in bunches when the threes fall and the pace gets nudged up. Atlanta's defense allowing 117+ per night does not exactly discourage that kind of outcome. Atlanta's own scoring rate stays healthy, and when both teams are giving up mid-100s, the scoreboard can start moving before anyone settles in. Free throws can help too, because neither team is elite at keeping opponents off the line, and a few whistle-heavy stretches can inflate a total without needing perfect shooting. The profiles here lean toward a game where both sides find enough offense, even if the flow gets choppy at times. The numbers support points, and the matchup setup does not scream slow grind. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana Pacers versus Los Angeles Clippers. The spread conversation here isn't really about who's better, it's about what the market is trying to sell you. When the favorite is priced like a luxury car, the underdog suddenly looks like a smart lease. And that's the whole vibe. The number gets big enough that it stops measuring talent and starts measuring public confidence. The Clippers are at home, they're the brand name, and that's usually where the casual money leans. But covering a heavy tag is a different job than winning a game. It's more like project delivery than a highlight reel. You don't need fireworks, you need clean execution, no sloppy stretches, no we'll fix it in the fourth mentality. Here's the thing, favorites up big have a weird incentive structure. They protect the lead, manage minutes, and sometimes treat the late game like a maintenance window. Underdogs, though, keep scrapping because pride is a powerful KPI. The current availability landscape also matters, and it matters in a very unsexy way. The Clippers have Bradley Beal ruled out for the season. John Collins is expected to miss time until at least March 6th, and rookie guard Sean Padula is listed as a game-time decision. Indiana is dealing with its own turbulence. Tyrese Halliburton is out for the season, Johnny Furphy is out for the season, and Pascal Siakam, Aaron Nesmith, and Andrew Nembhard are all sitting in the game-time decision bucket. That kind of uncertainty often pushes the spread into already accounted for territory, which is exactly where underdogs can be valuable. Because the line doesn't need Indiana to be great, it needs Indiana to be stubborn. It needs that annoying, persistent resistance, the kind that turns a comfortable lead into a mildly stressful one. And if the favorite gets a little cute late, or the rotations get experimental, the back door is always open, like someone forgot to lock the door at the office. As our first pick for this matchup, the Indiana Pacers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The scoring conversation starts with tempo, not personalities, because pace is the silent driver that never gets the post-game interview. Indiana has generally played with more speed this season than their overall results might suggest, and that kind of approach tends to keep possessions flowing. The Clippers are typically more controlled, but control doesn't always mean slow points. It can mean cleaner looks and fewer wasted trips. Let me explain. Totals often get decided by the boring stuff people don't clip for social. Quick trigger shots off broken floor balance, second chance sequences that feel like chaos, and the whistle rhythm that turns a quarter into a free throw parade. It's not glamorous, but it's real, and it stacks points the way small fees stack up on a subscription bill. Short-handed rotations can nudge scoring upward too, even when the offense isn't pristine. Less continuity can mean more defensive mix-ups, more late switches, and more "who had that" moments where the ball is already through the net. And when key names are floating in the game-time decision zone, the game can tilt toward simplified schemes, which often leads to faster decisions and more shots. Late-game behavior matters here as well, because the final minutes can get loose. Teams protecting bodies and experimenting with lineups tend to give up cleaner chances, and the trailing side often plays with urgency that creates extra possessions. That blend, urgency plus looseness, is one of those sneaky paths to a higher scoring finish, even if the first half feels a little choppy. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.